All right, guys, so this weekend we went down to Thunder Valley for some no prep racing. Had a pretty good car count, 9 cars. The 9 cars that were there were like some of the fastest guys around. Had Jake Boswell, Jarrett Bradshaw, Daniel Bishop, Shannon Young. There was a lot of fast guys there. We were definitely, as expected, the slowest, again, most likely. We took the truck out last time we were there. We didn't go very fast at all. We went really slow, actually. So the goal was to improve. And yeah, I mean, we'll show you each pass, and then I'll go over the changes I made, how the truck reacted, and then how our shootout actually went. John's adjusting the suspension right now. He's adjusting he's setting the Caltrac bars. Gonna make a test it here in a little bit. Hopefully we've got the thing sorted out. We can get it to go. Honestly, I'm just trying to go faster. It'd be cool to win a round or so, but again, while we're still learning it, we're just trying to get better each time. So we'll get it adjusted here in a second, and then we'll get out there and give it a shot. I just turned it back on. All right, so for the first test hit, what I ended up doing was 3,300 RPM launch. I left on 3 pounds of boost. Had a timing ramp. I was pulling 8 degrees out for about a second and then slowly ramping it in. Full timing was back in by about 2 seconds. So truck reacted okay. It did a very slow, and I could tell the track could take way more, but we did a personal best 60 foot. We went like 2/10 faster than we had last time we were out. So the changes that I made to the truck with added weight, pinion angle change, shock change, they worked. And you can see in past videos, the truck would kind of bounce. Whereas with this new shock setup, it didn't. It just, the tire basically planted and stayed planted, and then it went. So after that, I knew that we could throw more power in it. So that's what I did. I tried to not throw too much power in it. So I just basically tried to step it up a little bit for our next pass. They allowed us to make 1 pass in each lane. So first one was in the left lane. Left lane was the better lane for sure, because everyone does their testing there in the left lane. So then we went to the right lane. So you got 2. Yeah, I turned it on. It's just water, but yeah. I feel like the right lane's gonna be better.
Before the race, you want to walk it?
Huh?
Before like the event starts, you want to walk it? You want to see me to walk it?
I don't think it'll matter.
Right.
You ready?
All right. Alright, CO2.
CO2's
ice box,
on.
Data log. The correct button for line lock.
Yeah, as soon as I start it, I'll hit the data logger
Right,
button.
draggy.
Yeah, I just turned it on.
Alright, we good?
Yeah, so prep.
Yep, prep
Yeah,
the
let's
back.
go.
As you can see, the rear starts bouncing again. So the changes that I made was, so I went up to 3550 RPM launch, 5 pounds of boost. I shortened the timing retard ramp down. So we went from 8 degrees, I pulled 8 degrees, but I just shortened it. So I basically had all of the timing back in by like 1.5 seconds. So we ended up actually going slower on that pass, mainly because the truck was bouncing, not grabbing traction. We only went a tenth slower. Plus, I mean, I had to get out of it down track because we were spinning. So first round comes and we end up drawing Jake Boswell, which he's one of the fastest dudes wherever he goes. So I was like, you know what? It'll be a good test to see how fast we really need to be. Because I knew, like, we're slow. We're very slow compared to everybody else. But the key with us is I just want to get faster every time, and so far we're doing that. So I had a conversation with Jake before the race started, you know, just kind of introduce myself. Really nice guy, you know, shared a couple, not really secrets, but just shared some information. So what works on his car, kind of, you know, debunk some of the myths that are out there on how to make things work and not work, and this stuff works and that stuff doesn't, and everything needs to be long travel, or his car works and it's fast. So changes I made for this round was in the left lane, the better lane. I upped the RPM I actually lowered it. So I went to 3,400, which was above our test pass there. But then I put more timing in it for the launch. So I basically took some timing retard out of it. So we went 7-degree timing retard for about a half second, and then I tapered it back into about 1.3 seconds. Put some boost in around the 1-2 shift. I basically upped all of that in the boost ramp, and then I put a little bit more out the back, but I left mid-track the same, which is right about where it almost wanted to break loose the first pass. So I basically left that the same and figure if by the time I get to there with this pass, it should actually be done the gear change already. So it should actually have gone through that fine. So as you can see, that didn't happen. For some reason, I had this thought in my mind, like if I hit the scramble button, I will actually catch Jake Boswell when he's out on me by like 4 cars. And that is not gonna happen at all. So I hit the scramble button at the wrong, actually I hit it, started picking up speed, led off of it, and then hit it again. And then the truck just started spinning, and I kind of patted the gas a little bit because I wanted to stay in it and see how fast it went. The good news is the truck went as fast as it did on our personal best pass before, and I got out of it and then had to get back in it for almost a full second. So if I just stayed in it the whole time, we would have won another personal best, you know, and I guarantee it would have knocked a few more tenths off. But so at the end of the day, like I said, small improvements every time. We've cut a lot down on our 60 foot, and I know we can cut it down way further. There's some stuff that we have to do to cut it down further, but I was able to cut it down from the start of us doing this like 4 or 5 tenths. So, you know, half second. I'm basically going a half second faster to the 60 foot. Really, I want to see about 3 tenths faster to the 60 foot. And then if we can go 3 tenths faster to the 60 foot, we're running up there with some of the bigger guys. And 3 tenths, the truck got the power to do it. It's just us getting it to the track to do it, and then keeping that power on the ground through the run. And so just to go over what we did last time, I had some sandbags in the rear. I had 200 pounds in the rear, which I need to run more weight in the rear. Next time I'm going to try 300 pounds. I am actually changing the rear leaf spring. This is a 2-inch drop spring that came on the truck. It's a split monoleaf spring. It's a great spring. I think it's good for radial racing because there you're going to want more of an extension. You know, get your bar angles above the anti-squat line, get some extension. But with 2-inch drop, trying to do this no prep stuff, it just doesn't work. It also rubs the tire really bad, especially once I put weight in the rear. So I got a stock height leaf spring. I'm probably going to lower it about a 1/2 inch, but we'll be closer to stock ride height in the rear. Once I start laying weight on it, it'll obviously sit it down a little bit, but it's not going to be that low. All right, and then we got, from the last time, if you don't remember, AFCO double adjustable rear shocks. So we'll have the stock ride height, split monoleaf rear leaf spring, and then I'm going to put a little more weight in the rear. And again, we have the pinion angle blocks and stuff too. Then in the front, these are still single adjustable QA1 coilovers. You definitely don't want to be running anything single adjustable for no prep. But, I mean, I was able to improve on it. All I would really do is just tighten them down. I'd go 2 clicks from full tight, and it would, you know, semi-work, at least at Thunder Valley. But what I actually have in are a set of Viking Crusader double adjustable front coilovers with no prep valving in them. So that should really help us up front with weight transfer and all that stuff. So, and Thunder Valley it's not a bad surface by any means, but it's not great. The starting line is actually fantastic. These dudes are wheeling off the line. I actually pulled the front tire off the ground that much, you know, but right about at, I want to say about 50 foot out, maybe a little further, there's this bump, and then it turns into like the worst surface you could possibly imagine. It's like dig or die style. It's not flat, it's very rocky. There's cracks everywhere, grass coming through the cracks. Like, it is not by any means a great surface from about 50 to 60 foot on. Anyway guys, that's it for this one. As always, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.